I will bow down to you. I will obey. I will worship you. I will praise your name. I will stand for you. I will bow down to you. I will obey. I will worship you. I will praise your name. Your name. Your name. I just wanna be after your heart. From the beginning, you always knew me from the start. I know I can make it, but I need forgiveness. The greatest love was shown to me. Oh, how you bled in Calvary. I just wanna be after your heart. From the beginning, you always knew me from the start. I know I can make it. You died for me. You rescued me and set me free. I just wanna be someone after your heart. After your heart. After your heart. I just wanna be someone after your heart. After your heart. After your heart. I just wanna be someone after your heart. After your heart. After your heart. I will stand for you. I will bow down to you. I will obey. I will worship you. I will praise your name.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Facebook Live. Good morning, Breaking Strongholds Ministries. Good morning with YouTube in Orlando, keeping it simple. How's everyone doing this morning? How's everyone doing this morning? I hope your week has been a great week. I hope the Most High has truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and wisdom and understanding. I hope He has blessed your offsprings with love, kindness, and wisdom and understanding. I hope you have had a prosperous week this week. I hope the Most High has really blessed you. I really do. Like I used to tell a friend of mine, I said, I don't want no broke friends around me. So whatever I can do to help you be prosperous, I'm going to do it, because I don't want you asking me for money, because I don't want to be asking you for money. You shouldn't want me to be broke, and neither should I want you to be broke. You know, we should want each other to be prosperous, so we won't have nothing over each other's heads. My week has been an okay week, I guess. I have been doing a little research in the history of the native or the indigenous people. I was just doing a little research on that, and I was reading a book. It ain't here, but this book here. This book here has a lot to do with my research this week. This week I've been doing because Christopher Columbus coming over here to the Americas of Turtle Island. They did a lot of stuff when they got over here to the Americas, and I've been doing a little research on that when I got time this week, and reading stuff, trying to understand all the things that happened to us over here in the Americas, and how they changed the name and where names came from. Why the native people had to change their name from. Why the native people had to change the names in Virginia. In Virginia, they had to change their names from Indians to Negroes, and if the Negroes called themselves Indians, it was against the law, and they would go to jail for it. I was doing a little research on that, and how the names mulatto and all that came about and stuff like that. So I was just doing some research this week on that. But that was about it, really. I'm promoting. I'm wearing a shirt. My wife's business. She's putting into effect. It goes into effect when?
When I'm opening.
When you open it up.
Supposedly
Supposedly the
the 17th.
17th of this month. Probably next week. The next 2 weeks, my wife is opening up her business, and it's a holistic business. During this time here, this is called what is called?
Creations by Yah.
Creations by Yah. This is the name of the business, and this is the shirt, and this is what my wife will be doing. And how did this business get started, baby? Where did it come from? What's your ideas? What did it establish from? Just tell me. Come on.
Everything you need is from the earth.
Uh-huh.
The Most High spoke to me some years ago.
Right.
And said everything you need is from the earth.
Right.
So I started researching, even though we had switched over to holistic alternatives, and that's what he's called me to do, is to educate people and to spread the word, the information about detoxing your body from heavy metals and toxins that's stored up inside of our body, taking herbal supplements, just eating a clean life, making sure that we protect and live the way he called us to be.
Okay.
And so I have essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
Oils, I'm in school. I've gone to school, got certification to be an aromatherapist,
Mm-hmm.
and certification for ion foot detoxifications.
Right.
So there are essential oils that you can just rub on your body, and different plants that you can take
Mm-hmm.
to heal the body or bring balance to the body.
Right. What's your website?
It is www.creationsbyya.com.
Right. Okay. It's www. Say that again.
www.creationsbyya.com.
Okay. And they can go in there and they can see what you're all about.
Yeah, they can get
And see.
information,
Uh-huh.
and you can even make appointments online
Okay.
to make an appointment and come and get a ion foot detox.
Okay. Cool. So you'll be opening up probably in the middle of this month.
Or by the end of the month. Yes.
By the end of the month. Okay, great. And you can go more on her website to be able to get more about the Creation by Ya holistic wellness essential and design business that my wife is starting up in the middle of the month. We ask that you all support the business, and ask that you all try to think about going holistic in the things that you do, because like my wife just said that the Most High gave her a vision that everything that we need is in the earth.
Gave it to me when your mom was down with cancer.
Okay, what you say now?
When Mama Vicky was going through with cancer
Mm-hmm.
and her treatments,
Right.
that's when he spoke to me down at Emory. He was like, everything you need is in the earth.
Right. Right.
Oh.
So in order for us to fight some of the ailments that we have, we might need to try to go a holistic way of doing things instead of trying to go the pharmaceutical way of doing things, right? Okay, cool. Anything else you have to say about it, baby? You sure? My wife said the design that came on the shirt, he gave it to her. He gave the Most High gave her the design of the shirt, which is his hands, which is the tree of life. And what else on this design, baby?
Water.
Water is what for? What that represents?
Life.
Okay.
You need water to
Okay.
survive. Sun, vitamin D.
Okay.
And the green leaves are herbs, trees, plants.
Okay.
And then the root. Everything is in life is in the root. The root cause of issues that people have is through their past.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the root of a problem that may be why you're ill.
Mm-hmm.
And not necessarily what we think is the problem, but it's a root cause from your past, letting go of things.
Mm-hmm.
When you hold on to issues in the past and things, it will make you sick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he gave me. And his hands is saying, my hands are stretched out. I'm here for you. Just come to me, ask. He will direct us. He will guide us. And everything we need, they say that the earth is made, round, but we know how it is. So, but that's how he gave it to me.
Okay, cool. So when people look at the shirt, baby, that's why they be wanting to know, because you just didn't design the shirt because you wanted to. You designed it for a specific reason, just like our logo, the Breaking Strongholds Ministries.
Right.
So it's very symbolic. So. We ask that you all support the business if you can.
We're located in Noonan.
And we're located in Noonan, Georgia.
Out at Ashley Park.
Go ahead and tell them.
I will be located. My location is in Ashley Park, 354 Noonan Crossing Bypass.
Is the directions on the website?
Yes. Well, did I come on that thing? I don't think I did.
Did you? Is the
They're
phone
on my
number?
business
Is the phone number on the website?
Number.
Huh?
It's my phone number.
Okay, but is the phone number on the website? Is it? So you got to
put my business cards.
So you're gonna have to put that.
Yeah, it may be on
So you're going to have to update the website and all that for the directions and phone number? Because some people may not be able to have your business card. Huh?
They may be on our check.
Okay, cool. Well, that's just some stuff we got to do. So now let us go ahead and go to Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. I do believe in foot detox. I get mine. You'll be what's surprised in your body. You know, so I do believe in foot detoxes and things of that nature. So in Exodus chapter 20 verses 1 through 17, and it reads, And El spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah thy El, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And thou shalt have no other Els before me, and thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy El, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah thy El in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Yahuwah thy El. In it thou shalt not do any works, thou nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy El giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservants, nor his maidservants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And let us pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine to your kingdom, power to your glory, forever and ever. So let it be. Amen, amen, amen. So good morning again. Breaking Facebook Live, good morning. Breaking Strongholds Ministries, good morning. YouTube with Orlando, keeping it simple. Good morning. If you can, turn the word of the Bible or the word of Yahuwah into Isaiah. Turn to Isaiah chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. Chapter 47, verses 1. I'm going to read the whole chapter today. I think so. Yeah, it's not that mean. I'm going to read the whole chapter because I think it's very significant. And I'm going to read a couple of articles. I'm going to try not to be on too long this morning. But I just want you to understand something today. Is that nothing is coincidental. Nothing is coincidental. Everything is done through a divine purpose that the Most High is doing in your life, but you just have to understand it. There's nothing coincidental. That means it was an accident. Nothing is an accident. Okay, so don't think of something as an accident, okay? But Isaiah chapter 47, verses 1 through 15, but I'm going to just go to the key verse. The key verse is verse 7. The key verse is verse 7. Verse 7. It says, And thou said, I shall be a lady forever. so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Let me read it over. Thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. If I may give a title to the text today, the title of the text today is We Are in a Moment of Disgrace. We're in a moment of disgrace. Disgrace means shame. Okay? We're in a moment of disgrace. We're in a moment of the shame, of shame. That's what we're in. If I may give two words today, the word dignity. The word dignity means a state of being worthy, privilege, honor, elevations, honorable. Don't worry about that one. Its dignity means it's a 12th century word. It means a state of worthy, a state of being worthy, privilege, honor. It's a rank of elevations. It's a degree of excellence, either in estimation or in order of nature. Dignity means I'm worthy of something. That is a physical identity. Dignity is a physical identity. Physical identity. That's what this disgrace, when you're talking about it, when you're talking about dignity, it comes from the physical identity part, the physical sense of a position. That's what this dignity means. It comes from the physical sense of a position, of state of being worthy, privilege, like kings and queens have privileges. Presidents and vice presidents and state representatives and Congress and senators, those people are privileged to certain things. It says a place of rank, of elevations. That comes from the physical sense. Okay? But integrity, the word integrity is a 14th century word, and it means innocence, blamelessness, chastity, or purity. It's the entire, okay, hold on for a second. It's the entire, hold on. Okay, it's the entire, or the state of anything. The state mindset, particularly of the mind. It's a moral soundness or purity. Okay, it's an incorruptness, uprightness, honesty. Integrity is to comprehend the whole moral character, but has a special reference to the uprightness, means the actions in dealing. And okay, so when you're talking about integrity, it's an internal identity. It's an internal character. Integrity deals with the internal essence of one's person. The internal character, the internal person. But dignity deals with the external. Okay? Dignity deals with the external, but integrity deals with the internal. It deals with the moral character of a person. Okay? So when we're looking at this today, I want us to be able to understand that we're dealing with dignity and integrity. Okay? Let me read you a little bit about this. Coming out of the MacArthur Bible Commentary. It says the title of the book of Isaiah is derived its title from the author whose name means the Lord is salvation. So the name Isaiah means the Lord is salvation. And it's similar to the name of Joshua, Elijah, and Jesus. Isaiah is quoted directly in the New Testament over 65 times, more than any other old prophet, and mentioned by name over 20 times. Okay? So when we're talking about Isaiah, we're talking about the author names means the Lord is salvation. Okay? And he was mentioned in the Old Testament over 65 times. Okay? The background settings of the book of Isaiah, it says Judah developed into a strong, the tribe of Judah developed into a strong commercial and military state with a port for commerce on the Red Sea and the constructions of walls, towers, and fortifications. It says, yet the period witnessed a decline in Judah's spiritual purity or its integrity on how they live. Uzziah's downfall resulted from his attempt to assume the privilege or the dignity of a priest and burn incense on the altar. So, during the time of Isaiah, Uzziah, the king of Uzziah, was ruling. And what happened during that time frame is that King Uzziah, he lost his integrity during his reign because he was looking to have a dignity instead of integrity. And a lot of the times when we as people in charge, we tend to more function on dignity or position or honor more than integrity, which is our character. We look to have a position more so than look at having character as we function in the position that we have on earth. Okay? Then it says, Syria began to emerge as a new international power, meaning Syria is the king Cyrus. And he was beginning to become empowered. And he was beginning to become empowered because of the Most High started to elevate him as a ruler or a new king on the scene. Then it says Judah also began to incur opposition from Israel and Syria to the north during his reign. Okay, so what basically was happening is after Judah had got captured by Babylon, and they got captured by Babylon because Uzziah was looking to be more acknowledged because of his dignity or his position more so than his character. So the Most High had to send somebody in to check Uzziah or to put the tribe of Judah into slavery because he had to punish them because of their behavior, their character. So he sent Babylon in to conquer the tribe of Judah because of their disobedience of the laws. So after a period of time of Judah being enslaved by Babylon, Babylon started to do the same thing. They started to put themselves in a position, or they decided to have dignity more so than integrity. And so they abused their powers because of their position. They wanted to be worshipped. That's why it says in verse 7, it says, Thou said, I shall be a lady. That lady is a queen. That lady is a position. That lady means an authoritative position. Forever. And see, a lot of the times, when we look at countries, They have a position on the earth. They have, like the United States, have a position on the earth. If you want to say that the United States right now is looked at the lady on the earth, even when you go into someone's home and you say, my wife is the lady of the house, that means that my wife have a certain position in the house of rulership. That means that her word matters. That means that whatever my wife says in certain senses matter or goes. So that means that she's in control of certain aspects of the house when the husband is not there. That means that she's the second person in charge. So whatever my wife says, it goes in the house. And can't nobody say anything different. It goes against my wife. So when they're talking about, in verse 47, when it says lady, it's talking about a position. It's talking about rulership. It's talking about authority. It's talking about rulership. So when Babylon had this mindset that she was gonna be the lady forever, and whatever she decided to do and how she decided to do it, it was going to be okay because nobody had their position to take her down. And see, when a person gets in a position of privilege, they allow that dignity to overrule their integrity. And we're dealing with integrity and dignity right now, because dignity deals with the physical position of being a lady, but integrity deals with on how the lady carries herself when she is in that position, whether she will be humble or whether she will be proud and boastful. So when we're looking at society today, or when we're looking at the nation of the kingdom of Babylon, they ruled in wickedness. So the Most High had to bring another person or another kingdom into play to bring down that wicked nation because of her disobedience. And how do we know that? We got to go to chapter 45, verses 1, to be able to understand what would take place in the future. Because a lot of times people function in arrogancy, or they function in their position of whatever they have at the time to make them feel like they're worthy of whatever it is, but they don't operate in moral character. They don't have a moral character about themselves. They just operate in that position as if they are the whatever in charge. And see, sometimes that could be an illusion. It could be also a setup to biblical prophecy. See, in Isaiah 45:1, it says, "Thus saith Yahuwah to his anointed, to Cyrus," this is the king of Persia, "whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him, and I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the two secure, a safe, a leaved gates, and the gate shall not be shut. And I will go before him, I will go before thee, and I will make crooked places straight. And I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and I will cut in sunder the bars of iron. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness, and I will hidden riches of secret places, that thou may know that I, Yahuwah, which call thee by thy name, am Yahuwah of Israel," or the El of Israel. So what happened is, because Babylon was so wicked, they thought they were so dignified that they can't be brought down to low. The Most High had to stir up. He had to stir up the nation of Persia to rise against Babylon, to bring her down, because she thought she was more than what she was. And see, a lot of the times, people who are dignified or in this honorable position think that they can't be brought low. They think that they can act this way and be this way and act this way and be that way, and nothing will ever happen to them. And the reason why they act that way is because of the position, not because of their character. And see, sometimes we got to look at that. We got to check ourselves and ask ourselves, am I acting more than what I am? Am I doing more than what I should? Because if we don't check ourselves and look at ourselves and say, am I acting more than what I am, and should I be doing this and should I be doing that? If we don't check ourselves, sometimes the Most High will check us for us. He will check us for us. And that's what's actually going on now, is because the Most High is getting ready to check Babylon because of their behavior, because of what they have done, because of what they continue to do. And what he's going to do is he's going to send another nation to bring her into check and to bring her back down, to humble her because of what she has done. And see, a lot of the times, us as people be that way. Us as a nation, the U.S., have been that way for a long time because the United States feel like we can't be brought down to be humble. There's no nation on the earth that can humble the United States, because we are the lady. Because we're the lady of the earth right now. Even though we prefer to have dignity more than we prefer to walk in our dignity more than walk in integrity, because integrity is an internal issue. Dignity is a physical, because we're the United States. We feel like we have the authority to do whatever we want to do, how we want to do it, the way we want to do it, which is totally incorrect. We feel like we have a right to go out here and tell everybody else how they should be, how they should act, what they should say, how they should say it, and all these other things. But we act totally different than what we say. That's why the Most High, that's why Yeshua said, do what they say do, but don't do how they do. Don't act the way they act. Because they are contradictory to the words. That's why he called them hypocrites. Because the simple fact is, they never did what they said. They did the complete opposite of what they said. But they are so quick to tell people to do the right thing, but in actuality, they were doing the wrong thing. And I'm going to pull up an article today, and I'm going to tell you what was so disturbing to me about this whole ordeal, what's going on the earth today. So, you know, we have to really understand we're in a moment of disgrace because of what is actually taking place on the earth. Everything is being revealed, and if you can't really see it for that, your eyes are closed. If you can't see things for actually what it is, your eyes are closed, or it means that you don't really want to see it. So, the Most High put Cyrus in the position to take down Babylon because of their behaviors. So now you got to ask questions. What is Russia's position on the earth? Because Russia said a lot of things about the United States in the last 2 weeks, because our behavior practices here in the United States. And look at everything that we say, but look at everything that we do. Look how we function as a nation, but look at what we how to tell what other nations how to function. Are we doing the same things that we tell other nations, or are we doing the complete opposite of what we tell other nations? And that's something we got to really think about. That's why the Most High said, come out of her, my people. Because a lot of times when he's telling us that is because how we function, how we live as a nation, how we live as a country. Because it can be very contradictory. It can be very hypocritical. And that's why I say sometimes we function in dignity more than integrity. Integrity means the internal character. Dignity means the outer appearance of something. That's why the Sadducees and the Pharisees are considered to be hypocrites, because they can look the part, but they never acted the part. That's why that is so vital to people. Sometimes people can look like they this, that, and the other, but when you sit down and have a conversation with them, they're nothing like who they appear to be. So that's why it's the title of the text today is that we're in a moment of disgraces, because when I read this article, I'm just going to read you the title, and it's going to be heartbreaking because just the idea and the mentality of people's mindset, because they feel like they are a lady, that nothing can bring them down. But everybody has that moment where the Most High will bring you down. So let us go ahead and go to chapter 47 verses 1, and I'm going to read the whole thing. And I'm going to hopefully I can be able to talk to you about I'm going to go into detail on some of the stuff. I give you definition of words so you can understand what these verses mean. And I'm going to give you this verse here. Cause it really hit me in the stomach, man. Because it really. It really hit me in the stomach. And how people can look at somebody else's life as as nothing. It just really did, because I just go with this one. It really hit me in the stomach, because people think they're more than what they are. In actuality, they're nothing. Isaiah 47:1. And it reads, it says, come down. He's talking to Babylon. Come down and sit in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. I want you to understand. Let's look at this part right here for a second. Sit in the dust means sit in the devastation. Because we got to understand something. When dust is on the ground, it means a destruction has been taken. A destruction has taken place. It's just like if you see a building fall to the ground, a 10-story building fall to the ground, the first thing that you see rises up from the ground is the dust from the destruction from the fall of the buildings. It says, sit in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. That means that it was taken away. The throne was taken away because of destruction. O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You means that you have just lost your position or on the throne. You lost your position on the throne because of what you have done on the earth. O daughter of Babylon, take the millstones and grind mills, uncover thy locks, and make bare the legs, uncover the thighs, pass over the river. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will make not. And it says, I will not meet thee as a man. It says, if I may give some points today, is revealed. The first point is revealed. Why destruction came on Babylon in verse 1. Her throne was taken away in verse 1. And it says, take the millstones and grind mills and uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be revealed. The word nakedness means your disgrace, your shame, your transgression shall be uncovered. Yea, thy disgrace shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. Let me see what the word meet means. It says the word meet means to. This is not an accident. It says, I will not come thee as a man, or I will not cause to entreat. It says, I will not fall upon thee, make intercessions, or to be an intercessor, or to entreat, or lay. or prayer reached. It means this is not an accident what's getting ready to happen. This is something that's going to be done intentionally. He says, I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahuwah of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. The first point I'm going to deal with, I'm going to deal with verse 3 for a second. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. 2 and 3 is together. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks. Make bare the legs. Let me see your legs. Make bare the legs. Let me see your legs. Let me see what you got going on. Uncover the thighs. He said, I ain't just trying to see part of it. I want to see all of it. Pass through the river. Clean yourself. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Thy shame shall be uncovered. Thy shame. So when we're dealing with shame and disgrace, let's go to Isaiah 40:34 to be able to understand thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. Verse 34, chapter 34, 1 through 8. And I'm not going to read all of it. But it's talking about the judgment. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, all that is therein, the whole world, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the sins of Yahuwah is upon all it says, for the judgment of Yahuwah is upon all nations. His fury upon all their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. He said, their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edom, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahuwah is filled with blood, and it is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahuwah has a sacrifice, a great slaughter in the land of Edom, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks and the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahuwah vengeance, and the year of recompense for the transverse of Zion, the traverse of Zion. Meaning that her nakedness is being Babylon nakedness, her shame, her disgrace has been revealed. Everything about what happened to Babylon, everything that Babylon did is being revealed to the nations, to the Most High. Everything that Babylon did, the Most High is getting ready to bring judgment on her. The judgment is being revealed. Her nakedness, her wickedness is being revealed to the earth. And see, a lot of people may not pay attention to that. A lot of people may not pay attention to that. Let's go to Hebrews. That's in the New Covenant. Because of what Babylon did, the Most High had to bring King Cyrus against her to correct her for what she did wrong. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 30 and 31. And see, a lot of us, we participate because we benefit. Even though we know it's not right, we still participate in it because we want to benefit from it, knowing that we shouldn't. And see, we have, and those who participate in it, got to understand that you're going to get judged the same way. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 30 and 31, and it reads, "For we know him that has said, vengeance belong unto me. I will recompense, saith Yahuwah. And again, Yahuwah shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living El. But call to remembrance the former days in which after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions." The judgment is being revealed, but we don't see it. Because of the disgrace and the shame that Babylon did. Let's go to Revelations chapter 20. Chapter 18. Go to verse 19. See, when we look at Fort Myers, right? Or when we looked at Katrina, we looked at Fort Myers. When most people looked at Katrina, the first thing they said was, that's what they get because they got witchcraft going on in New Orleans. We looked at that as a judgment because of what we think that what happened in New Orleans. Look at all the wicked stuff that go on in New Orleans. That's what they get. But nobody said that about Fort Myers in Florida. But you fail to realize that alligator bait was going on in Florida. Alligator bait, meaning that the people in Florida was using babies as alligator bait to catch alligators. We got to look at the area that was hit in Florida. So when we look at that area, we got to really do some research to be able to understand. Okay, Revelation 18 and 19, it reads, "And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, Alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the seas by reason of her costlessness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for El has avenged you on her." For El has avenged you on her. See, do we actually see that America is going through judgment? Or do we relate what we got going on in America to biblical prophecy? Or we just look at it, oh, it's just something? How do we look at our current conditions? Do we look at what we're currently going through? How do we see it? Do we see it as a sign of judgment? Do we just see it, oh, it's just something we're going through? How we look at it? Because how we look at it would dictate to us, or it would say about us, is that either America's been good or bad, or it's just we don't relate, you reap what you sow, to us as a nation. Because then if we say, oh, we're going through judgment, that means that or we recognize that the U.S. hasn't been perfect. The U.S. haven't been righteous throughout the establishment of the U.S. And that's the hard part for us to. It's like, how can I explain this? What is our mindset? How we view our reality? Is it from a physical sense of dignity, or is it from an internal sense of integrity? How do we view our reality? How do we view what's going on in the world today? And how we view it would dictate whether it's from a spiritual or physical or integrity or dignity perspective. We have to be able to, how did I say that word? Compartmentalize. What happened? Did I say that word? Compartmentalize everything.
Organize.
Yeah, we got to put it in the proper context to be able to view it correctly. Because if we don't, we're going to miss it. You know, we can't miss this moment. We can't miss this moment. Let's go to verse 4, Isaiah chapter 47. Because we need to really look at it. Right now, because judgment is being revealed. That's the first point. Judgment is being revealed to us in the U.S. and around the world. Judgment is being revealed, whether we want to see it or not. Let's go to verse 4. As for our Redeemer, Yahuwah of hosts is his name. Our Redeemer is God. It says, sit thou silence and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. That means her destruction has come upon her. Her judgment has come upon her. And verse 6 and 7 is why her judgment has come upon her. Why the judgment is on the land so much. Why everything is the way it is. The Lady of Kingdoms, why did your judgment come upon you? Why your judgment is here at this point? It's in verse 6 and 7. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance, and I have given them into thy hands. Thou didst show no mercy upon the old. Hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke? This was the Most High saying, this is why I'm bringing judgment on you. He said, I'm bringing judgment on you because you didn't show no mercy to the old. He said, you treated my people like crap. He said, thou didst show no mercy upon the old. Ancient means old. Hast thou very heavy laid thy yoke. And listen, he said, and thou said, I will be a lady forever. So that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. He said, your character was so ugly. He said everything you did was so ugly. The way you treated my people of old was disgraceful. That's why I had to sing King Cyrus against you. Because of your character. Because you wanted to be dignified so long and then have no more character about yourself. This is why I had to bring you down to nothing. This is why I got to bring you to the dust of the ground. This is why I got to bring you off your throne because of what you did to my people. This is why I got to do it. This is why I got to bring you down. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 40, Isaiah 13 and 19. Let's go to verse 18 first. Isaiah 13, 18 and 19. Listen to this. Let me see something. It says, listen, it says, he said because you didn't have no respect, no mercy on the old. You didn't care about nobody. He said, and also he said, your bows also shall dash the men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruits of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. No, that's verse 5. No, that's not the one I want to look at. Okay, let's go back to verse 47 for a second. Okay, the reason why the throne was taken away and she was brought into darkness is because of verse 4, 6, and 7. But now I'm going to concentrate on verse 5. It says, sit thou silence and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of the kingdoms. Why she shall not be called the lady of the kingdoms? Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go back to Isaiah 18. Because of her actions. Let me make sure. Okay. Yeah. Because of her actions, Isaiah 13, 18 and 19. It says, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruits of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdom, the beauty of the Chaldean excellence, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. The results of the devastation that's going to hit Sodom and Gomorrah, the Babylon, is going to be very similar to what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. The judgment that's going to be on Babylon is going to be somewhat just like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Why is it going to be that way? Because of how she responded in verse 6 and 7. Judgment is going to be so destructive. It's going to be just like Sodom and Gomorrah because of how she was in verse 6 and 7. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50. And see, Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed because of what she did. Every nation is destroyed because of their dignity and their character, because they wanted to be dignified and not have integrity. Jeremiah 50 and 40. But I'm going to go to verse 39 first. It says, therefore the wild beast of the desert with the wild beast of the island shall dwell therein. That is talking about the devastation that will be. And the isles shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever. Neither shall it be dwell in from generation to generation. As El overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahuwah, so shall no man abide there, Babylon, neither shall any sons of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And they shall hold the bow and the lance, and they are cruel and will not show mercy. The reason why they're not going to show mercy to Babylon, because Babylon didn't show no mercy to nobody else. And their voices shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. Everyone put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. The same thing that Babylon did is going to be done to Babylon. Let's go to Revelation 18. (16, 16, and 17 and 18). And it says, saying Alas, that the great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and the decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. See, Babylon of old looked as a great nation. Babylon of modern times looked like a great nation. We appear to look like a great nation, even though we had some internal or some integrity issues. We look dignified, we look prestigious, even though we had some internal or some integrity issues on how we function, how we got the things that we got. We look dignified. Babylon looked dignified of old. They had some internal issues or some integrity issues. And it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the companies in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? See, the destruction, the judgment is going to be so destructive that they're gonna be like, that don't even look like the same place no more. And see, the Most High, my wife was looking at Resident Evil, right, last night, and she's like, baby, I can't believe what I was looking at. What men did on Resident Evil to get the city to be the way it was. Also, even if you look at the movie The Book of Eli, and how the Book of Eli showed a desolate state of the U.S. and how the U.S. got to be a desolate state. So it's like people gonna be looking afar off if say hypothetically, if we was in the time of the Book of Eli, but other countries were still in existence, people will be looking at us saying, man, look at the U.S. It's destroyed. If we was in the time of the Book of Eli, right, and say hypothetically Jamaica was still in existence and they were still functioning, but they will be looking at the U.S. like, man, look at the U.S. But everybody know why the U.S. will be destroyed. But you know, everybody, but they would be saying, man, that was a dignified city at a time, but it no longer exists the way it used to exist. Because they didn't have no moral character about itself. It wanted to walk around and showboat itself as if they had it going on, but they had some internal issues. That's the way it's talking about. That's the way it's saying. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? It looks like the Book of Eli. Let's go back to Isaiah chapter 47. Who is that? Okay, verse 8. Verse 8. It says, therefore hear this now, this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwells carelessly, that said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. She's saying, listen to this. It says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that say in your heart, I am, and none else besides me. If you're saying that I'm the this, that, and the other, and ain't no other nation like me, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. The word sit as a widow means a desolate state. She said, I'm going to always be prestigious. I'm going to always be the lady of the earth. I'm going to always be this, and I'm going to always be that. She said, when you have that mindset about yourself, I got something for you. When you act like this, that, and the other, I got something for you. And see, that's our mindset sometimes. Us as people, us as a nation, we have this mindset that I'm going to always be on the top. I'm going to always be this, that, and the other. I'm going to always have it going on. It ain't nothing that you can do that's going to stop me from being me. Nothing you can do that's going to stop me from being me. Nothing. Because I'm going to have it going on. But he says earlier in that verse, he says, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am. He said, you act crazy, and you continue to say, you can do whatever you want to do, how you want to do it, the way you want to do it, and ain't nothing going to happen to you. Nah, you got some issues. Then it says in verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The same things that you say won't happen to you is going to happen to you. the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfections for the multitudes of thy sorcery and for the great abundance of thy enchantment. He said, the same way you got it is the same way you're going to fall. And see, a lot of the times we don't realize that we reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. Whatever we do to people is going to come back up on us. Whatever we do to people is going to come right back up on us. But a lot of times we do not think that it's going to happen to us. Or how we treat other people. We don't think that people are going to treat us the same way we treat other people. Because we think that we are the lady of the kingdoms. We think we're the bomb diggity. This is not just a nation thing. This is not just a state thing. This is an individual thing as well. Now, what do you think the people in Fort Myers, what do you think the people in New Orleans are saying about the people in Fort Myers? Do you think the people in Fort Myers and New Orleans are saying, oh, I'm sorry about them people in New Orleans? When the people in Fort Myers are saying, oh, them people in New Orleans get what they deserve. So if the people in New Orleans, if the people in Fort Myers said to the people in New Orleans, that's what you get, that's what you deserve. You got all this stuff going on in New Orleans. That's what you get, what you deserve. So now what you think the people in New Orleans are saying about the people in Fort Myers? The same identical thing. Do you think that the people in Fort Myers had pity on the people in New Orleans? So do you think the people in New Orleans are going to have pity on the people in Fort Myers? That's what this verse is talking about. That's the thing that this is talking about. Verse 9 says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. The same thing that you said won't happen to you is going to happen to you. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitudes of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantment. The same wickedness that you was talking about somebody else is going to come right back on you. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. Listen to that. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am and none else besides me. Look at the arrogance. Because of your position, because of your dignity, because you wanted to be honored, you didn't have no integrity. You didn't have no moral conscience about yourself at all. You just wanted to do what you wanted to do. You acted carelessly about everything that you did. Because in verse 9 it says, okay, where is that? In verse 8 it says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures that dwell carelessly. Okay, let's look at the word carelessly. It means proper place for refuge. It says the feeling trust often. It says safely, assurance, boldly, without care, confidence, hope, securely. It says surely. That's what it meant. So the mentality of the person, they feel like I can do whatever I want to do. Ain't nothing going to happen to me because I just got it that way. And see, that's something we have to understand. The moment that you feel like you the lady of the kingdom, when judgment comes, it's going to come in a sort of a destructive way. It's going to be devastating. And it says, then it says in verse 11 of chapter Isaiah 47, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from which it rised, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. It says, stand now with thy enchantments and with the multitudes of thy sorcery, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitudes of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. He said, now, the way you got it is through your stargazers, your astrologers, your procrastinators. He said, all the witchcraft that you use to get what you have, now use them to save you from whatever you got. From the destruction that's coming upon you. He said, all those people that you use to get what you got, now use them to help save you. You can't. See, a lot of the time, that's what the Most High was showing me right before. The Most High was showing me this right before I came on. He said, all the money that you have can't save you from what's coming. All the guns and the bullets can't save you from what's coming. Everything that you think can save you from what's coming, it can't really do it. He said, because I put you in that position. And now I'm going to take you out. See, the money, the houses, the clothes, and the cars, and the positions that those people had in Fort Myers couldn't save them from that destruction. It couldn't save them from that destruction. It couldn't stop them from what was taking place. Nothing can do that. Nothing could stop them from what was happening. Just like in Katrina. Nothing can stop that what happened in Katrina. So, that's what he's saying in this verse. In verse 13, he says, thou art wearied in the multitudes of thy counsel. The word wearied means tired. He says, you are tired in the multitudes of thy counsel. He said, let now astrologers. He said, the word wearied means tired, disgusted, grieved, faint, lost. He said, you're worried because you don't know how to stop what's getting ready to come on you. He said, you're trying to seek all these counsels on how to stop it, but you can't. You grieved right now. He said, thou art wearied, you are faint, you're worried, you're scared, you're nervous in the multitudes of thy counsel. Now let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. He said, ain't nothing going to stop you from letting it happen. Ain't nothing going to stop the destruction. Ain't nothing going to stop the disgrace that's going to happen. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. It says, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander, every one to his quarters. None shall save them. And the word save means protect. Hold on.
The word save means to protect, to be whole, to do well. That's what the word save means. He says, they shall wander everyone to his quarters. None shall do well. None shall protect thee. None shall make thee whole. That means that you're just going to be a desolate. Because of the things that you did, the Most High had to bring some other nation on you to destroy you and bring you to nothing because you cannot get salvation from man. You can't get salvation from man. You can't get salvation from man. Man can't do nothing for you. Let's go to Nehemiah.